What's up, everybody? Disco Demonic Hydrophonics. So this is the meditation I was talking about earlier. The way it started was I got the candle. It was a Tritaka meditation. And I started out, the candle flame was like right in front of me. And then I stared at it for a while. I did that meditation because I hadn't done it in a while. I figured, I don't do the same meditations every day. And so when I was looking at it, then after a while, like I closed my eyes. And when I closed my eyes, I was then intuited. See, now I feel that like the entities, whenever you're working with spirits, like whatever method or practice that you use more, like I use intuition a lot. So that's how they encourage me to do things. So like since I use intuition, I was intuited to do these things. So I was led, right? And so whenever I saw the flame in front of me, I closed my eyes, and then I went into the flame, and actually I entered into the flame like my consciousness was in the flame. So then I became the flame, but not like a heat kind of thing, but like a light beam kind of thing, right? And when I was doing this, I was able to turn around and look at myself, my body. So I'm the flame, and I'm turned around looking at myself that was just looking at the flame. And I'm watching myself watch my body, and I am the flame. All right, hopefully this makes sense. Okay, I'm trying to explain it the best I can. So when I'm there, I'm looking at myself, and I'm like lighting everything up. My energy, like my light, because I'm a light body now. I'm the candle flame. And then so I've spoken before about a black flame meditation, and I also use a golden flame meditation that's exactly the same, except instead of a black flame, I use a golden flame. So what I do is, and with the black flame, I think I did the salve and coagula, but in this one, what I do is like what I've been doing lately has been like I blow on my fingers as if they are like a match or something, or like an incense, and it lights on fire, and then whatever color that flame I want it to be. So what I've actually been doing is my right hand I'll do gold, and then my left hand I'll do black, right, to kind of differentiate. And so I blew on it and lit the golden flame, and this is all happening in like as an astral body kind of thing. This was not an out-of-body experience. This is just a meditation, okay? I'm going to explain that right now. So as I was doing this, like I was seeing myself doing these things, but I was still watching my body at the same time. So I started up here, went down to here. Well, I started up here, the soul star, went down to the upper dantian, which is the third eye, went out here to the heart chakra, or the middle dantian. Then I lit this one. Okay, so now I don't normally light the solar chakra, but I was intuited to do so at this point. So I did that, and then I did the lower dantian, and then from here I went all the way down to the earth star chakra. So whenever I reached the earth star chakra energy center, and I ignited that, then I was led to enter into that energy center, as my consciousness was at like a ball of consciousness was in that energy center. So I was down at the tip of the wick and then as I was there, I started going up, and as I was going up, each time I would hit a certain energy point, like in my upper dantian, I could see it lighting up in myself and my actual body across from me, and as it would light up, I would feel the warmth inside myself. So I could still feel I was connected, and I'm two different entities at the same time, right? I'm myself and my consciousness. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. And then I went up all the way, and I went up all the way, and as I'm doing it, I'm watching each point like ignite. I could see the flame, like I have like this vision now. I could see the flame within myself, or like the golden light shining inside of me, right? It's not a flame, it's a golden light, and I'm giving myself that golden light. So I'm like passing it on as the consciousness. I'm giving that to my body, right? Make sense? Like you're gonna answer me. Anyways, so that sound good, buddy? So so then from there, when I got to the soul star chakra point, the point up here, as my consciousness was there, I was like above the flame. So now I was no longer this light body. I was just like a consciousness, right? and I floated up, and it's like almost as if the heat from the flame was like giving me like energy in order to be able to lift up, because like heat rises kind of a thing. So it made it very easy for me to rise up. So I rose up, and then I went into. I remember there was a point where I was given the choice to envision like all the layers of the building and the room above me and all that kind of stuff, but I chose not to do that. I just went straight up into space, and when I was in space, I saw everything around me, and then there was a red door in front of me with an old ass doorknob, one of those doorknobs, you know, that almost ovalish, old school door. So then I opened it with my left hand, and it opened like this. I went in, and there was no like walkway or passageway. It was just as soon as I opened it up, I was in the next plane, and in that plane is where I had actually met when I did the astral. When the astral link was done, where I had actually met with the Lucifer and Lilith in the astral, right? So I went in. The door closed. When I was there, I spoke to Lucifer first, and he told me some stuff, which is personal. And then I went to speak to Lilith, and this is where it starts getting like. Anyways, so when I start talking to Lilith, man, we say something, and there's like this energy. So we go in like to kiss, right? And then like her tongue goes in my mouth, but then it goes up into my brain, and like almost like it like turns into like, you know, like grows like roots almost into my brain, and like injects something into my brain, and I can feel it in my head, like in my brain. And then after that, so I don't know what she injected in there, but so after that, like I've been seeing stuff, kind of, right? Like earlier I saw like this thing next to my arm, almost like a light flash, and I've been seeing things like that, like throughout the day, which I normally see like black, kind of like smoky stuff sometimes, but this has like been light shit. So anyways, so now I have this, she implanted something in me. It was a gift that she gave me. It wasn't a bad thing. It was definitely a good thing. And then from there, I was like, okay, I realized that everything was done. So then we left, said like kind of goodbye. It was not like, hey, take it easy, but like it was an understanding, like we all separated, right? And actually, I remember I went back to talk to Lucifer about something else. And I think he was telling me like, you know, keep doing what you're doing, kind of a thing. Like you need, just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. That I can share with you. So, and then from there, I took off, and I remember, yeah, he was there waiting for me. He wanted to talk. So anyways, I went up to the door, opened it with my right hand this time, opened it up, went through the door, and then as I went through the door, I was like in space again, above the earth. And it was funny because the sun was to my right, and then the earth was to my left. And as I descended back into my room where I was originally meditating, the sun was the candle flame, and the earth was like me. You know what I'm saying? And so I went into the candle flame. Well, that's where the candle flame was, where the sun had been, and then I was where the earth had been. So I went into the candle flame, and then from there, I remember I looked at myself and then projected myself into myself, and then I came in, and I just like in my mind's eye saw myself like I was in my body again, and then I was able to open my eyes, and then everything was like, you know, just normal. So I was back to my old self, you know. So it was a really cool experience, man. So hopefully you can use some of that in your meditation techniques. And, you know, envision yourself like, maybe you don't have to use every aspect of it. Maybe just incorporate whatever could work for you. And yeah, hopefully that helps out, man. If you like this video, share it with your friends. If you hate it, share it with your enemies. Take it easy.